Hi guys, and welcome back to Twisted Locker, your definitive horror podcast. Today we're going to be doing another classic horror movie review. We've got another iconic one. We've got 1987's Lost Boys.
You'll never grow old, Michael. And you'll never die.
Jenks, what do you think about this one?
I love this film. It's directed by Joel Schumacher. We said his name before in one of the other videos, but he somehow directed Batman and Robin, but he also directed Falling Down, which is awesome. And Phone Booth is awesome as well. He's a good director. I don't know how he ended up making Batman and Robin shit. But I love Lost Boys. It's a very simple story. Vampires have taken over this town, and they pretty much infiltrated it all. And they're meant to be teenagers again. They look about 47. But it's so awesome. You got the Frog Brothers, who like the two vampire hunters. One played by Corey Feldman. Growing up, I always wanted to be Corey Haim. I didn't want to be a Frog Brother, even though they look cool. They had cool. They had stakes and everything.
We're dedicated to a higher purpose. We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
But this film was, the music in this film was so iconic. You know, this is one of the best soundtracks ever. And little fact, if anybody wants to visit, Santa Carla is like a real place, and the fairground is still there, and you can go on the merry-go-round and everything.
I know it's real.
They show Lost Boys on the boardwalk, regularly. Yeah, you can actually watch the Lost Boys outside on the boardwalk. That's what I hear.
Do you know, one day we need to do like a proper tour, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be on the top of my list for places to visit, Santa Carla.
We'll have to visit the set of Hellraiser 8 as well, or Street Trash. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of this film. I'm guessing with your T-shirt, you probably love it as well.
Oh, a huge bloody fan of this film, man. One of my earliest memories ever is Lost Boys. I don't know if anyone remembers this shop, but before HMV, or they may have been running consecutively, but we didn't have a HMV in Llanelli where I grew up. We had an MVC, and I remember saving up all my pounds, going to MVC on a Saturday and buying Lost Boys on VHS, and watching it that night, and absolutely blew me away. It's one of the best gatekeeper, is that the word I'm looking for? Intro into horror if you're a kid.
I don't know, yeah. It sounds right. It doesn't matter.
There's a word, right? It's one of the best films to watch when you're a kid if you're just getting into horror films. Okay. There's enough scary scenes in there to enjoy, but overall it's not really a violent film. But it's one of those great like entry movies into horror, and it's one of the movies that really set off my love. Everything about this movie is iconic, and that's what I love about it the most, is that none of the characters are wasted, none of the characters are background. All the Lost Boys are awesome, led obviously by Kiefer Sutherland's David, as iconic as they come. And then just the chemistry between the two brothers.
Michael, just like out of a comic book. You're a vampire, Michael. My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy.
It's just amazing. I absolutely love this film. And I know the last time we spoke about Lost Boys, I said I was going to go meet them in For the Love of Horror. That time has passed. I've met them. I'll drop a photo of me with Kiefer Sutherland and Patric David. I've forgotten his name.
You would say Patrick Bateman now, wouldn't
you? Almost. But his name's completely gone from my head. Jason Patric. I did have a photo with them, and I was an absolute mess meeting them. Obviously, I've been watching this film since I was a kid, and seeing them in the flesh. Tipsy, I will say. I did. Yeah. If I could get any words out when I met them, that's probably what I would have said. But I literally walked in, right, and then I was stood there face to face with Kiefer Sutherland, and he was so calm, obviously. He weren't excited to meet me. Shook my hand, and I was an absolute mess.
Well, you thought there was a chance that he would have got from Twisted Locker. Oh,
Twisted Locker.
Oh, I'm one of your 600 fans.
And then I got to watch Lost Boys with Jason Patric himself, which was amazing. He did commentary through the whole movie. The crowd was loving it. And he gave us some great insights into the film as well, some stuff that I didn't know. He told us about a time where Kiefer Sutherland was showing off to a group of girls in his motorbike and he broke his wrist coming off the bike. But yeah, such an amazing experience. And it really made me connect with the film even more. Now, going back to the film itself, and again, something that I love about this film the most, is it's a vampire film, right? But you don't see one vampire until about 40 minutes in. But you know what? You don't realise until you're told, or like Jason Patric had to tell us. He said about, you know, there not being any vampires in it until about 40 minutes in. And you actually don't realise because you're so invested in the characters and the story. Now, with most horror films, you'd be, oh, come on, get to the action, I will see some monsters or killing. But until you actually sit back and realise, oh my God, it's been about 40, 50 minutes and there's been no vampires in the film.
You know, you say that now.
It just keeps you so engaged. It's crazy. You don't know. I didn't know until Jason Patric said. But yeah, the story is so engaging. The characters are so great. Even Grandpa. I love Grandpa. He's amazing. He delivers one of the best lines as well.
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires.
It's just great. And the Frog Brothers, so iconic. I love the Frog Brothers. That line they deliver at the end. Sorry, Jenks. After everything's settled down and everything's been done, and they turn to each other, how much should we charge them? It's such a good line. It's so simple, but it's so good.
Yeah, do you know there's a scene in it when those two victims are in their open top car, and there's a scene where the vampires get them, and you don't
know their names. Victims, they got. Hey, that's Boardwalk Steve.
Patrick's name. So apparently they were going to have a big vampire scene in that, like a horrible. It was too expensive, and they had to ditch it and just go just a camera. And do you know what? It doesn't matter, and it's just as effective. I love it. Yeah,
that opening scene as well with G. Tom Max, Cry Little Sister, and the camera is just going through, just absolutely amazing.
And you got Alex Winter as one of the vampires, is it Bill or is he Ted? I always forget. I think it's Bill.
I think it's Bill, I don't know.
Yeah, but...
How's it going, Bill and Ted?
Ted.
He's fit, you know. He is like the scariest looking vampire. When he turns, he's got like a proper scary face. Like there's one of the vampires who's got black, thick hair, looks like a rock star, and he's so ultra good looking. You're thinking, yeah, even as a vampire,
Billy Worth.
It's not fair. Yeah.
Also, his Billy Worth's death as well. Another one of the greatest lines from Lost Boys.
Death by stereo.
That's Billy Worth's death. Amazing.
Yeah.
This film, right? It's just the best vampire movie ever made, without a doubt. And it's got to be in my top 5 favourite movies of all time.
Do you know what? I agree with you. If my favourite vampire thing is Salem's Lot, right? But it's a TV show. So number 1 is definitely for me Lost Boys. It is. Yeah, it beats them. It's like the American Way for London of vampires. Nothing can touch it.
Absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says. Yeah.
I've got just as much love from Dusk Till Dawn, but I've got that nostalgia connection with Lost Boys that it just feels closer to me. Yeah. But yeah, Lost Boys all the way. You got anything else for me, Jenks? Or are we going to wrap this one up?
No, let's wrap it up. It's the one. 5 stars.
There we are, guys. 5 stars easy. We don't even need a star this one, do we? It's 5 stars. But that is all we got time for today, guys. Just remember, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.